YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. Today is the fourth and final day on the SHOT Show floor. We're going to be getting a bunch of footage again, have a few people that we still need to make contact with and get you guys that coverage. So let's head over to those booths and get that done. I do want to preface this by saying I see all the comments, guys. I appreciate them. I know there's a bunch of stuff that we didn't get covered. However, if you've ever been to SHOT Show, you guys know that even with 4 days, it's still not enough to get coverage on everything. So again, thank you everybody for the support, and let's head to the booths. All right, guys, we are now at the Lancer Systems booth, who are the importer for Lago Arms. A lot of you have been asking about this gun, and I see it all in the comments about the price point. Well, Dave here is going to explain how modular this thing really is and the audience that it's targeted at to kind of make you guys better understand as now that I do. So Dave, take it away, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you mentioned, we're here at the Lancer Systems booth, SHOT Show 2020, taking a look at the Lago Arms Alien. As he mentioned, this gun is a higher price point. It is a premium competition pistol. What Lago did when they designed this gun was basically throw out the book on pistol design. The whole design philosophy was, let's build the fastest, flattest, smoothest shooting competition pistol that has ever existed. In order to do that, they basically innovated every single sub-assembly and function on this pistol. So it's incredibly modular, incredibly versatile, and it's packed with a lot of technology that's never been seen in this industry before. So I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of a breakdown on that. So right off the bat, you'll probably notice one of the key design features of the Alien pistol, it is the lowest bore axis of any production pistol that's ever been produced. So if I rack the slide back, you'll actually see the axis of the barrel sits below my grip. If you take a look down inside the chamber, you can see just how far down below my grip the chamber is actually sitting. So it's about 2 millimeters below the grip axis of your hand. So what that does is it results in an incredibly flat shooting gun. The muzzle flip on the Alien is about 5 degrees. Your average race pistol, even a high-end custom tune 2011, your average muzzle flip is about 13 to 14 degrees. So you're looking at about a third of the muzzle rise that you're getting out of any high-end race gun on the market right now. In addition to the bore axis on this gun, the slide design is completely revolutionary. So what they did is they made the only reciprocating part of the slide is the sides. So what that gets you is two things. Number one, very, very low reciprocating mass on the slide. Number two, the top of the slide is fixed. So your sights are never moving while the gun is firing. So when the gun is cycling, the slide is moving along the side, but your sight, exactly, your sight picture is staying constant. So in between shots, you're not worried about reacquiring that sight picture. Even the best competition shooters in the world, in between those splits, you're waiting for your sight picture to come back into alignment before you break that next shot. This basically eliminates that delay in between your shots. So you're able to speed up those splits, and while it may not sound like a lot, for a high-level competition shooter, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. Tenths of a second equal whether winning or match or not.
Exactly. Tenths of seconds add up to seconds, seconds add up to minutes, so it's very important to be able to minimize that as much as possible. One of the really cool functions about this fixed top rail is the fact that it takes down with one single takedown pin. The whole thing pops off in about a second and a half. What that lets you do is you can actually switch between, I have the red dot top rail in my hand now, but it also ships with the adjustable iron sight.
Great, so not having to buy different mounting plates, all that stuff, you just pop out the rail, put a new one, and your sight's already there, which you've zeroed before, so you're good to go.
You got it. You never lose zero, so this top rail actually indexes with these 3 points, 2 on the barrel and 1 on the frame, so it locks up super tight. The manufacturing tolerances on the Alien are absolutely off the charts, so you never have to worry about losing zero. And the nice thing there too is, if you want to train iron sights to the range for a while, switch back to your red dot, you can train back and forth. You're not bringing 2 guns, you're not bringing 2 uppers, it's just a simple top rail and it's 1 pin, so it switches out very, very easily. If I can hand you this for a second, I'll show you some of the operating system in here.
Yeah, I noticed earlier when you guys were demoing it, he was talking about how quick, essentially you just did a trigger job when he showed something, so it's I'm assuming super easy to just switch out stuff?
It is. So, there's not much you even need to switch out, but what's really unique about this operating system is it's a gas-delayed blowback system, so it's a piston-driven system. That in and of itself is nothing new. It's similar to what the HK did with the P7. The difference here is that Lago actually took the entire operating system and flipped it upside down. So that's what allowed them to get the barrel all the way down into the bottom of the frame, and it's fixed to the frame.
Okay.
So when you don't have any movement in the barrel, it creates a very, very accurate pistol platform. Most traditional conventional pistols, the barrel is coming out of the bushing and it's moving every time the gun cycles. So by fixing it to the frame, it remains very, very accurate. You get a lot of repeatability. You're getting rifle-sized groups out of a pistol, so it's unheard of.
It doesn't articulate, stays right behind your grip. There's no better way to have that equal opposite, resistance against the recoil than what I'm seeing right here.
You got it, you got it. And what's unique about this gas-delayed system is it actually pressurizes pressurizes this piston when you fire the round. There's a gas port in this block here. It pressurizes this piston, which locks the slide forward.
Okay.
As the round leaves the barrel, it's allowed to depressurize, but the pressure in there actually slows the piston down and basically buffers the slide. So it's a very, very fast, very, very soft recoil impulse. So you're able to get very, very quick splits with this gun. The cycle time is 0.06 seconds from the round leaving to the next round being ready in the chamber for you. So you can run this thing incredibly fast. You're getting incredible accuracy out of it, and the technology of it.
What are some of like the record split times some of your comp shooters have been getting with this?
I'd have to check with them. I don't know off the top of my head, so I don't want to give you bad information.
Sure.
But yeah, the gun itself can cycle in less than 10 seconds.
That's crazy.
So very, very fast. Yeah, so there's a ton of technology, a ton of innovation packed into the Alien design. So, people who are curious about the price, wondering why does it cost so much, the reality is that, first of all, that cost is for the signature edition. And that signature edition is a limited run of only 500 pieces. They all bear the signature of the designer, Jan Luchansky, on the frame, numbered 1 through 500. So it's a very collectible piece to begin with. The kit that it comes with, you're also getting a ton of value out of it. So you're going to get the pistol itself, you're going to get the red dot top rail with the red dot included, you're going to get a second top rail with the adjustable competition sights on it, 3 17-round magazines, and you're going to get the fully adjustable ride height, removable quick disconnect holster system for it, made by Lorna Systems for Lago Arms. So it's a really, really nice, really innovative, very beefy competition holster system. So you don't need to worry about where am I going to get a holster for this, how am I going to run it for competition. You're basically getting
those of you asking me to make a holster for it, there you go. You just heard it comes with it.
Yep. So this is an out-of-the-box, race-ready competition package that you can take right to your next match and start winning with it. So you're getting a lot of value out of that $5,000. And again, it's pointed at that high-level competition shooter where most guys are paying $5,000 to $7,000 for custom-tuned 2011s, things of that nature. So a lot of bang for your buck out of this pistol, a lot of technology packed into it.
How many mags does it come with?
It comes with 3 17-round magazines right now.
See that? Not 2, 3.
3 mags, and there will be higher capacity mags available shortly. So somewhere in the next few months, we'll have 140 millimeter mags and 170 millimeter mags for competition as well.
Awesome. Dave, dude, I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of you now can see that more in-depth footage on the gun, kind of get an understanding for that price point. I know I definitely do now. So Dave, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Got it, man. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, we are now at the Safariland booth. You guys all know that we are a holster manufacturer. However, everything we do for any type of duty-style holster, retention-style holster, we always go to Safariland. My entire law enforcement career, that's what we use. That's what I trust. They have a new RDS-style holster out. Bill is here to help us out and explain it all. Sir, please take it away.
Sure. I've got one on me, but it's easier to talk about this. First of all, this is the optical sight. It's called a 7360 RDS, or that's Romeo Delta Sierra, and it's simply designed so they'll operate with a light and also an optical sight. What we found in this model is, this is not a 7360, it's 7390 because it doesn't have the operating hood, but I'll demonstrate that in a second. But this one, the dust cover clears when we draw it, and when we put it back, all we have to do is re-index it. If you hold this just for a second, I'll bring out the other model. Now this is the 7360.
Which includes the SLS hood?
And it has the SLS, and so the SLS goes forward, but as I draw, it clears the dust cover, and it protects the cover. It'll also work if I take the light off, because we're using a muzzle plug to index the weapon, so it's just as secure with or without the light.
I've always loved the ALS system, lock down the ejection port. I think it's genius.
And for this year, we've even have another feature that I can demonstrate here. So if you put this on the belt, if I get set in a police car, I can unlock it, and this will raise up to a little over 2.5 inches to get it out of the seat of the car. Come back in, I reset it and relock it, and it works off.
Where was this 15 years ago?
It works off this system right here, and I've made it so that it'll adapt for every holster that we've made for like the last 30 years. So it releases here and allows us to travel this distance. And once I put it back in this position, I relock it. It has a fail-safe block here in case the officer forgets to lock it. Somebody can't strip the whole holster off, but it allows it to move in any position. A lot of people are concerned and says, well, if I didn't lock this up, would I be able to draw? Well, the resistance here is enough that the draw, if I unlock it, I can draw right straight through it without lifting
Awesome.
Put it back in place. Obviously,
so lots of fail-safes in place.
Yes. So, but anyway, that's the new system.
Is this compatible? Are people actually mounting QLS receiver plates up to this as well?
Matter of fact, we actually have a part for that.
Okay, we can B-roll over and check that out.
I can grab one over here and show you. But yeah, we have the QLS built into it. It's called a QVO. This is a vertical UBL universal belt loop. It has a vertical availability. And then we have a QVBL, which has the QLS platform on it that operates kind of, that's what this is right here.
Okay, so you do have it right here.
I'm operating it with a
Gotcha, okay,
QVBL.
awesome.
So you can get a picture
Yep.
of it. And that's how it works.
And with this system, keeping it with that QLS platform, you'll be able to use it on older style holsters, not having to purchase new stuff.
Absolutely. This kit, we sell it for $48 retail, and so you can take it and put it on any of our holsters we've made for the last 30 years. Yep.
Awesome. Well, I am stoked to try these out. Like I said, I've been using Safariland since 2003.
Yep.
They, in my opinion, make the best duty holsters, so...
well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. So we'll be picking one of these up this year. You guys will see it on the channel. Bill, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Take care.
Guys, we are now back at the Surefire booth with our buddy Andrew. A lot of you in the comments on our previous video talked about what about the handgun weapon lights. So Andrew's here to break down that lineup for us. Andrew, take it away, sir.
Yep. So we have our XR2 and our XR1. These are brand new products. We've shown them before in a different kind of phase of development. The previous version, you had to charge the actual light directly. You plugged it in.
Gotcha.
Via the side, with the idea being, you know, if it's an EDC, concealed carry light, you would put your gun on your nightstand, even if it's in the holster, plug it in like you do your phone.
EDC tray type thing, yeah,
and you're
gotcha.
good to go the next day. The problem is when you go to train with that product, you're going to be training for longer periods of time than, like, you know, just what the runtime is. So a 4-hour block at least, if not an 8-hour block of low light class, you're going to be going through batteries. You're going to need to swap that out. So this new version, it has a hot swappable battery cartridge.
Oh, that's awesome.
So just like you hot swap a camera battery, you can have one on the charger ready to go. When it's time to swap it out, you pull one out, put it on the charger, put the new one in, and you can keep training.
That's awesome.
So, these are concealed carry lights, obviously, here on a Glock 19. It doesn't go past the end of the Glock. It doesn't go any wider than the Glock 19. It's 600 lumens. XR1 is light only. The XR2 is the light laser combination. It's a green laser. We're only going to be doing green. I mean, if there's a need for red, we'll do it. But as you know, the green...
Who doesn't want green?
Yeah, it's a little easier to pick up. You also have an option for selector. So if you want to run just light only or laser only, so right there's just light. I'll go over to just laser. So it's something that you would choose ahead of time.
Awesome.
So,
so multiple options,
yep.
Minimal, and
concealed carry light, rechargeable, 600 lumens, super small, super bright. These are realistically going to be shipping around the May time frame.
Okay.
People have been kind of going crazy on social, trying to figure out when we're doing it, trying to get it right before we release it. We want to make sure we're releasing the best product we can.
I also know with us going into the night vision content, you guys, I've been talking about it all week. I see this little guy down here.
Yeah, so the XVL2 IRC is launching for the show. XVL2, it's a 4-function light. It's a lot going on. We have a IR laser, a visible laser, IR illuminator, and a white light. So the lasers are slaved.
Okay.
You can zero the visible laser in daytime, and the IR is also zero.
I'm a huge fan of that as I'm getting into this arena.
Yeah, and it's a green visible laser, super, super bright. Lasers are regulated by the FDA, so the first version that we've sold was a Class 3B, so military and government only, unfortunately. That's another thing we've been getting some flack from. It's not our choice. The FDA regulates that, so we can't sell that publicly. This version, the IRC, is a civilian legal Class 1. It's a 0.7 milliwatt laser. It's eye safe, quote unquote, still don't point it in your eyes, is now commercially available. So you can buy this right now. We launched it here at the show.
Great.
You can jump on our website and order it.
And like we were kind of talking about earlier, like I get it, everyone wants full power, especially when you like shoot content, but honestly, like when I'm thinking about, if I'm using this, I'm gonna be in a house. I'm gonna be clearing a house, and on top of that, it's gonna be secondary to if I'm pulling this out under nods, it's because the rifle went down, or maybe I'm the 3rd, 4th guy in the team, but the way I'm thinking about it, it's like, that should be more than plenty for clearing like a typical Vegas house. I don't know where you guys are living at, but to me, I see that being more than what I would need.
100%. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, this is a device that's intended for handguns. You can put it on a subgun or a long gun or whatever PDW, but it's really optimized for being on a handgun. That's why it uses those 2 really small reflectors to keep the package really small, make holster compatibility easier. Safariland has a holster. Right. So yeah, man, it's an awesome little package. A lot of technology. It's not cheap because there's 2 lasers, there's 2 illuminators. There's a lot going on in the little size. $13.50 MSRP. Again, it's shipping right now, so you can jump on the website and order this. Good option for those guys.
Does it come with different rail attachment pieces like your other series of lights where people want to mount on a rifle?
Yes.
Or a subgun?
Yep. Comes with a Picatinny little wedge.
Awesome.
Also the universal.
Great. So you guys out there running the super small subguns and you want to throw something that's going to let you run your night vision devices, this might be an option for you. So, dude, that's awesome. I appreciate it, man. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much for coming by.
Awesome. All right, guys, we are at the EOTech booth now with Steve. You guys all know I'm an EOTech fan. I literally have like 7 XPSs. The new gray one, that's like my favorite thing. I love that you guys made that. But they have some awesome new magnifiers, and Steve is going to walk us through. Take it away, sir.
All right, so we introduced this year 3 new magnifiers for the EOTech line. The first one is the G30. The G30 is more of a budget-oriented recreational shooter style. It's based off the original G33, but less rugged. No side mount, slap to the side mount, but it does have quick release still.
Gotcha.
The bonus of that is the budget pricing. Start at MSRP at $319.
That's awesome. So like people that want to, like, I've never messed with a magnifier. Well, you don't have to fully dive in. You can play around the shallow and check it out.
Yeah,
and then you're going to check it out, and then it's going to end up, oh, I want the other ones too.
Yeah, and you still get the same EOTech quality with it. Then we move up to the G33, which is the one we've had forever.
Sure.
And then now we move to the G43, which is our newest version.
This little stubby guy, I like
exactly,
it.
yeah. So it's shorter by about 3/4 of an inch of the G33. It is the same weight. It's just a more compact unit here. Same ruggedness you receive, a better eye relief.
It looks even thicker housing, man.
It is a little bit thicker housing than before, exactly. So that's the bonus of the
being that rugged.
Yeah,
gotcha.
exactly. So a little easier to pick up, larger eye relief, more based off of our Voodoo line for picking up the eye. And then the next one we have up is the G45, which is our 5-time magnifier.
And that's the first time making a 5-times.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. The G45 has about the same size as the original G33, but and close to the same weight also, just slightly heavier than the G43. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And going up to 5 times, it kind of gets you guys close with a lot of you that run the the 1 to 6 and stuff like that. Kind of gives you a feel. Are you doing 5? 1 or 5. So I'm definitely digging that. MSRP on the 43 and 45.
The 43 is $629 and the 45 is $679.
And they're available now?
They'll be available probably in June or July.
June or July.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, guys, definitely check those out. I know we will on the channel here. You will see them when they come out. Steve, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Thanks.
All right, guys, we are now with Cloud Defensive. I'm here with Sean. They have their new rain light out this year. Sean's going to walk us through it. Please take it away, sir.
Okay, so thank you. There's a lot to say about it. It's, in a nutshell, our version of a traditional weapon light. And like we were talking about a little bit earlier, the only traditional feature is the mounting system. So we use a traditional Scout profile platform because everybody and their dog's already got the mount.
Yep, it's already out there.
We didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We went down that road and it just wasn't worth it. It just didn't make sense. So this works and it's simple. So it'll be plug and play for a lot of guys running other stuff.
Easy quick switch out.
Easy quick switch. But to dig into the fun stuff, so to work from the front back again, we use a S7 tool steel bezel ring and it's heat treated to 55 Rockwell. So you can drive nails with it. It's an impact tool. Anything hanging outboard on your gun is going to take a hit. If you drop the gun or jam it into an obstacle or a car door or whatever it might be, it needs to be able to take that. So
guys, when he says this, if you literally go to their Instagram feed, they have hammered boards. They've hammered nails with, like, this thing is demolished, and yeah, it's still running strong.
Yeah, so we take it seriously. And so we took the same lessons learned with the Owl, put it into the rain. So you've got the bezel that's incredibly strong, and then you've got 3mm glass with high light transmission, very high, that is very strong as well, and it'll take direct sim munitions.
Yeah, you were mentioning earlier, direct sim rounds. Like, guys, I've never seen anybody do that kind of testing. I wouldn't even think to do it, but it's super smart. I mean, obviously, guys are going to be running their weapon setups in shoot houses, so the fact that it can take that type of velocity, that's crazy.
Yeah, and we set it up. I mean, this will take multiple point-blank hits, contact distance hits from a 5.56 conversion kit. So we're talking high velocity.
Right.
Like, that stuff hurts. And if you do fracture it, it's serviceable. So you can unscrew your bezel ring, pop out your damaged glass, put new glass in, and go right back to it. So again, it doesn't have to come home to us for warranty. You're not out your light.
That's awesome.
Literally in 30 seconds, you're fixed. So that's kind of the front half. We use the same LED actually as in the Owl.
Okay.
So we've got incredible candela, at least in my opinion. This is putting out about 58 to 59,000. Okay. So about, call it 8 to 10% higher than the Owl on the output.
Okay.
So you're throwing light a long, long ways. It's very concentrated. It's very bright.
Yeah.
And it just allows you to do things downrange that you couldn't previously do.
So perfect. I mean, not just for your shorties, but maybe you got an LVPO and you're trying to do PID with that zoomed in all the way at 6 times. Like, like my Owl sits on my gun that's got a 1 to 6 on it.
Yep. Yeah, and if you take it to 6 power and You know, environmental conditions do dictate to a degree, but I mean, we've been able to get hits well past 300 yards at night because you know, if you got good air and it's not super humid, you can absolutely see it.
What about tape switch options?
Yeah, so that's how we started the company, working around tape switches. So this will have 2 configurations. Just to kind of, again, work backwards. So you can have a micro configuration and a full-size configuration.
So obviously 18650.
18650, 18350.
Gotcha. For those wondering, that's if you're coming into the rechargeable market, that's kind of the standard for the different size batteries.
Yeah. So really the only difference you're going to see is runtime. It's just a smaller gas tank. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it.
That's just part of it. But you'll have a smaller light if it fits your platform and your need.
Real quick on this, it's my understanding, didn't you guys just come out with this as well?
Yeah, we made some mounts for the show. We're still working on it, refining it. We're going to be working with impact weapons components too on some things. So we're going to have a lot of mount options. But again, just falling back knowing that so many people have mounts made by so many companies, it just doesn't make sense to reinvent the wheel.
For sure. It's nice to note though how like slim and inline that is.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and we make sure it stays tight to the rail. This will play around IR systems.
Awesome.
So the guys running mauls and PECs and D-bells and everything else. And then again, kind of moving back here. So the tail cat's where it gets interesting. Okay. So what we've done is you've got a push button in the rear, momentary and a constant. And then the cable, if you can zoom in here, we actually, just to prove a point, we cut this one. That's actually the tape switch cable that was cut with a multi-tool up in our hotel room. Just to show, but they're electrically isolated circuits, and so you're going to
if one goes out, you still have an option to.
You got a backup.
Gotcha.
A lot of guys who don't like tape switches don't like them because they're feeling like if this fails, my light's dead, and then I'm in trouble. So electrical redundancy built in, isolated circuits. We're able to do both. So that's a really nice feature, and as you can see, it exits at the 90 degree, and it'll be clocked with the lug. So when you mount it, the cable's going to exit inboard towards your handguard, and there's not going to be any exposed cable.
I know.
And then it'll route up into a 3rd generation LCS, which nobody's seen yet. But
if you've messed with cable management on your weapon light setup, then you definitely know who Cloud Defensive is.
Which I appreciate. So we're doing some things to, again, address issues that have not been previously addressed. Try to harden the system. You know, waterproof, submersible to 100 feet for 24 hours. Take it to work. You don't have to worry about water. Impact proof.
What's release looking like?
April.
April?
Yeah.
And MSRP?
2 different MSRPs. So based on the setup. So if you want a push button only, that MSRP is about $309.99. Street price will be about $270.
Okay.
And it'll come with a pick mount. It'll come with a charger and a battery.
Okay.
So you get a full setup. And then if you get the complete kit, which will be the light, the remote switch, the new LCS, the battery, the charger, all the goodies, that's $359.99 MSRP. So your street price on that will be down a little bit too.
Awesome.
So it'll be really cost effective, and you get a ton of performance.
And I believe you touched on it. You said it's your own tape switch that's going to be coming out.
Totally proprietary. Yeah,
awesome.
We make it all in-house. It's just much better that way.
Cool.
You can ensure performance.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, like I said, OWL to me is one of, when you guys came out with it, it was like, wow, I need to have this. And then,
appreciate that.
For those you're not familiar, they came out with their Core Series rails. So like a lot of people I remember that I was showing the OWL to were just like, oh man, I wish it sits up so high. So I mean, you guys reached into that and solved that as well. So it sits down low. Me personally, I mount it back further and I have no issues with it. I like it. So, but super stoked to see the rain. Congrats guys. I appreciate it. Sean, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for the time.
All right, guys, that is going to wrap up the SHOT Show 2020 footage. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do have a little bonus content for you from the Gift of Gun event that we were able to attend last night. Big shout out to Tracy Guns here in Vegas. I really appreciate you including us as part of that program. Definitely check out that content. Check out some of those sponsors. They really helped put that event together. Guys, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up down below, as that does help us out a lot. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as we post new videos every week. This was a special event being SHOT Show, so you got videos every day. But other than that, guys, we appreciate you checking out the videos. If you want to support us in other ways, check out the Patreon link down below. Our Patreon squad gets first access to new content, new gear, discount giveaways. We will see you in the next video, and thank you again.
Hi guys, I'm Joey with the Raid 702. We're shooting the Roni. It's basically a G18 on steroids. We're shooting 9mm. Do it. Sport here, and when you're ready, look down the optic and fire. How do you like that?
Good, man.
Yeah. She's nice.
Oh, have you? All right. I didn't get to shoot until I came here. So I like the G18s.
Right.
You guys gonna shoot the 50 down there?
You're on target, I'll tap your shoulder with a fire. You ready, buddy?
Good to go.
Fire ready, 50!
50 out!
How was that?
As good as shooting a 50 inside is gonna get.
Oh, dude.
I will say though, these actually like, no, it makes it doable.
Hey, it's Alex with Premier Body Armor here with QVO Tactical. We're going to shoot our level 3A backpack panel and see what it can take. It's going to be good.
Here we go.
Dead center, that's awesome.
Entry hole and no exit hole.
Hey, there you go.
That's awesome.
Right on. Yes, this will do, of course, 9mm.
Are you shooting 37 of these?
Oh, we're shooting at 37 times.
Okay.
We brought 40 to give out, but just a couple.
Did you miss Talon? What happened?
You missed.
This is cool, man.
Yeah, so.
I mean, everybody sees like us putting it in bags and doing all this stuff, but they don't ever see like, you know.
That's right. Never see it tested.
Yeah, I will say in all my LE and industry career, first time actually looking at body armor for shot.
Cool. Yeah, you can actually feel the.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Rob.
Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. My name is Michael. I'm here with Sol Invictus Arms. We're presenting our TAC-9. That's what you're going to get an opportunity to shoot today. The TAC-9 is a tubular Glock mag-fed little sub-gun, if you will. We have it today in a full auto configuration. Obviously, it takes a semi-auto trigger when it gets out there to the commercial market, but it uses an AR-15 fire control group, so that's very comfortable, very similar to what everybody's familiar with. It has M4 buffer tube threads on the rear, so it can be configured in any way the customer wishes, as far as whether it's a pistol brace or if they wanted to SBR it or something like that, they have that option. The big thing is Glock magazine fed, and we want this to MSRP right around $700 or so. So we think it'll be really attractive as far as that's concerned.
Awesome.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Absolutely.
What do you think, fam?
It's fast.
I like the weight.
Yeah, it weighs really nicely.
Your turn.
Okay.
I think she was the best shot.
What do you think, babe?
Pretty good.
Sir, greatly
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome, man. Thank you guys for checking us out. We're glad to have you.